Are you ready to pass your PMP exam and become certified in project management? Let's get started with today's video. Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Alvin, and I'm an engineer turned project manager who recently passed my PMP exam above target in all areas. And on this channel, I'm here to share weekly practice questions and exam strategies to help you become certified in project management. So make sure you subscribe to my channel and smash that like button so you don't miss out on any of my future upcoming videos. Also, don't forget to enroll in my free 5-day Master Your PMP Exam Bootcamp course, where we go over the fundamentals of how to pass your PMP exam, how to answer every single question correctly, and to master the fundamentals of Agile 101. So if you want to get started on your PMP journey the right way and to learn from someone who recently passed the exam above target in all areas, make sure to sign up for my free course over at alvinthepm.com/bootcamp. So let's get started with question 1. One of the software engineers on your Agile project has informed you that there have been recent technical issues with completing one of the user stories. Unfortunately, the team is expected to deliver a working increment within the next week. What should the project manager do first to keep the project moving forward? A. Inform the customer of the unexpected delay. B. Request the product owner for an extension to the current sprint. C. Meet with the engineer to better understand the situation. Or D. Ask the product owner to reprioritize the sprint backlog. Pause the video and think about which answer you think is correct. This is meant to be tricky, so take your time to think about it. If you chose C, then you're correct. This question is asking you, what is the next thing that the project manager should do? Let's review each answer choice. For choice A, does it make sense to first let the customer know about the potential delay? No, right? Do not escalate immediately to the customer. First, work with your team to figure out what solutions can be used to get back on track. For choice B, this answer choice states that you would request to extend or increase the length of your sprint. Remember, if there is an issue in your project, you do not want to delay the project. Instead, you want to be proactive as a project manager. You want to work with your team to better understand what exactly is posing the major risks and concerns to your project. You do not want to take action immediately. Instead, take the time to understand the situation by meeting with your team members. For choice D, how does reprioritizing the sprint backlog help resolve this issue for completing the user stories? It might seem like a good option, but again, there is a better answer choice, which would be the very first thing that you would do. For choice C, this is the best answer because it follows the mindset of working with a team to understand the situation and being proactive first before taking immediate action. Question 2. There have been significant issues with developing prototypes with the vendor, and it has delayed the project by more than several months. Your team is scheduled to review a working prototype with the customer by the end of the month, and this is a major concern. What should the project manager do first to keep the project on track? A. Work with the vendor to address the root cause of the issue. B. Inform the project sponsor of the vendor issues. C. Research into alternative vendors to support the project. Or D. Review the procurement management plan and vendor contract. Pause the video and take the time to think about which answer you think is correct, and then we'll review it together. If you chose D, then you're correct. Let's review each answer choice. Since this question is asking you about the first thing that a project manager should do, focus your efforts on finding this very first step. All of the answer choices seem like viable answers. However, only choice D represents the first step that you would perform as a project manager. Remember, you want to evaluate and you want to review what your established strategy is for dealing with vendors and what's in your contract. Do not take any immediate action first without first understanding the situation. Given that the prototypes need to be presented and shown to your customer, it's unlikely that you would first review alternative vendors to support your project, so choice D can be eliminated. Additionally, why would you immediately inform your sponsor of the new issue? So choice B is also incorrect. The procurement management plan will tell you specifically what strategy will be for working with your vendors, especially during the project execution phase. Choice A is a very good answer choice. However, this would not be the very first step that you would perform. As discussed previously, you're more likely to review your strategy first before you start implementing corrective actions to address the true root cause of the issue. Let's go on to question 3. The third sprint has started for your Agile project, and you've noticed that there have been several conflicts and disagreements among your development team. Unfortunately, this has caused schedule delays with completing the user stories. What should you do as a project manager? A. Work with the team members to facilitate issue resolution. B. Bring up how to resolve the issue during the daily stand-up. C. Wait until the end of the sprint to discuss how to resolve the issue during the sprint retrospective. Or D. Cancel the sprint since the sprint objective will not be accomplished. So this one might be a little bit tricky, but pause the video and take the time to think about which answer you think is correct. If you chose A, then you're correct. For this question, it's asking you, what should you do as a project manager? The keywords sprint and agile project imply directly that this is following an agile approach, which means that you're following the different agile events such as sprint planning, daily stand-up, sprint demo, and retrospective to manage the development of your working increment. So let's review each answer choice. For choice B, remember the daily stand-up is not used to discuss how you will resolve an issue. It's focused on the 3 questions of each development team member. What did I do yesterday? What will I do today? And what impediments block my progress? So choice B is incorrect. Choice C, you do not want to wait and postpone to resolve an issue. So choice C can also be eliminated. Choice D, well, you never want to cancel a sprint just because a user story is not on track. Remember, you do not want to delay a project just because there's an issue. You want to be a proactive project manager who helps guide the team to resolve any kinds of issues that may arise. Therefore, the best answer must be choice A. The best answer is to meet face-to-face with your team, to communicate with everyone and learn about the situation, and to facilitate collaborative working sessions with your team members to resolve the issue at hand. And by the way, if you're getting a lot of value out of today's video, and to make sure you don't miss out on any future upcoming videos to help you pass your PMP exam, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel and smash that like button. On to question 4. You've been leading a traditional project for the past year, and it has achieved a cost variance of -50 and a schedule variance of 15. What does this tell you about the project's performance? A. Ahead of schedule and over budget. B. Behind schedule and under budget. C. Ahead of schedule and under budget. Or D. Behind schedule and over budget. This question is an example of the type of question where you may have to interpret the results of the earned value analysis formulas, in this case cost variance and schedule variance. So let's take a closer look and do a quick recap. If both CV and SV are less than 0, then this means that it's a negative number and we are either over budget or behind schedule. In this question, we're given that CV equals -50 while SV equals +15. Therefore, the correct answer must be choice A. Remember, these are likely the easy points on your exam as long as you can apply the meaning and interpretation of each of the EV formulas, then you will be completely fine on the day of your actual PMP exam. Question 5. The project team is still learning about each other and understanding their roles and responsibilities on the project. In which stage of the Tuckman ladder is your team operating in? A. Norming, B. Storming, C. Performing, or D. Forming. If you haven't done so already, make sure you understand what each of the different stages of the Tuckman ladder is. For this question, the correct answer is choice D. This question can be tricky, especially if you have trouble recalling and remembering what each stage corresponds to. This question specifically states that everyone is still learning about the project and being introduced to each other. This likely corresponds to the first stage of the Tuckman ladder, which is the forming stage. So question of the day for you, and leave me a comment down below. How did you score on today's quiz? Rewatch today's video to understand how I applied my own problem-solving mindset to solve these questions. And if you can apply yourself, then you will pass your exam in no time. And so I hope you gain a lot of value out of today's video. If you want to see more weekly quizzes and tutorials to help you pass your PMP exam, make sure you subscribe to the channel and smash that like button. Until next time, it's Alvin the PM helping you become certified in project management, and I'll see you in next week's video.